Hello, how do? Welcome back to Edgar TV. And already, what did we say? In that last video when I revealed the new studio and I said, don't worry, if you like the rawness of Edgar TV, you're still going to get to see a little bit. If you like to see the studio and like how it's looking and everything, that is in a video on this channel right now. You can go check that out. However, out and about on the road, which means we're still going to have to do some videos, certainly reaction videos, where we're reacting to things such as the Pro Tour today, and we're talking through all the stories, especially next week as well, because I'm on commentary for the Pro Tours next week, so you'll hear me there on that one. So we're going to do the roundup of the Pro Tour as we do. I'll give you all the stories and all the bits that you need to know as this runs through, and also try and key point out these different stories for people to keep an eye on throughout the year. If you are interested in that and you want to know how the tour works, hit the subscribe button. Or if you just want it described to you at the end of the day because you can't follow the Pro Tour, I'm your guy. I'll give you the roundup and everything you need to know in regards to what's happening in the Pro Tour action. Now, first thing we're going to do, we're going to start off with the last 128, and we'll see some surprises. This, for me, is the most exciting time of the year as a player, because you don't know what's going to happen. It's exciting. You've got a fresh start. Nils Sonneveld starting the year well. Who knows what could happen for him? Willie Borland trying to keep hold of his card. Dave Chisnall, the number 1 seed, losing 6-4 in the opening game. He was actually 5-0 down in that one. A lot of eyes was on Bo Greaves, wasn't they, in regards to her first action in the Pro Tour. She went down 6-4 to an improving Owen Bates. Kevin Burness picking up a victory over Raymond van Barneveld, who's looking to try and get back inside the world's top 32. Marvin van Velzen, new tour card holder, takes out Martin Schindler, and I think that's the story here. Upset, surprises, shocks, but no surprise here for me in Jose de Sousa. He is one of my picks to lose his card this year, going down 6-5 in the opening round to Nick Kenny. £1,000 there going towards Nick Kenny. A couple more tour card holders or new tour card holders here missing out, and a good list of them in fact here. Cord Decker, Plazier, Bradley Brooks, Denny Odakolta, Tim Beisel, all there going out in the opening games. But there are a couple of real interesting things here. Bradley Brooks not following up that form that he shown at Q School when he was dominant in topping the table, going down 6-2 comfortably there to Stephen Bunting, averaging under 75. Wesley Plazier not backing up what he did last year when he picked up Pro Tour success, made many finals along the way, but now he's a tour card holder, a different type of atmosphere there for him. Michael Smith, now no longer in the world's top 16, needs to get back in there, but that's not a good start. An 87 average and a 6-4 defeat to Dimitri Vandenberg could keep his hopes of getting back into the top 16 a little bit adrift. Toretta, best performance we've seen from him for some time, beating Ryan Searle, who averaged just shy of 108 in that game and going out in the opening game. That'll be a sickener for him. 100 average was the theme for that little mini section there. Gary Anderson has been the man in regards to the Pro Tour the last couple of years. He goes down 6-4 to Ricky Evans. Not a classic. Anderson just averaging the 90, Ricky Evans 88, but it's enough, and that's all you need to do. Just pick up those wins. Jim Long, new tour card holder from Canada, flying the flag. Did go ahead against Luke Littler by a couple of legs early on. Sort of looked like he could get there, but Luke Littler hanging on just shy of a 91 average, not his vintage best, but a win. Joe Cullen, someone who will draw a lot of eyes this year due to the fact that his poor year last year. Can he recover that? Can he turn it around? Those are the questions. If not, we could see him drop even further. Clinging on to a seeded position at the moment, number 31 seed for the Pro Tours. Peter Wright, another one where eyes will be on. Will he drop out the top 16 this year, or will he recover? 6-4 defeat there to Adam Hunt doesn't start him off in the best of light for sure. Nathan Aspinall, Premier League player. There's question marks, people suggesting about that injury. Is playing the Pro Tours the right idea? He's not seeded though, is he? Which means he's going to have to try and get up that rankings in regards to the Pro Tour Order of Merit, which is, by the way, a completely different system. Remember, the World Rankings and the Pro Tour system, two completely different ranking systems. If you haven't got a clue what I'm on about, the video will be coming next week. I know I said before I was going to make it, but I've been waiting for the studio to be ready, so it's a nice looking video. So that video is coming next week if you're unfamiliar with the rankings and how that works, because it can get a little bit confusing. Max Hopp did not bounce back to Pro Tour life very well, a 6-2 defeat for him. Ryan Joyce certainly got a lot of backers in regards to how good he was finishing and his great performance against Luke Littler in the World Championships, but he goes out 6-1 to a resurgent Mensah Suljovic. Adam Paxton, someone who burst onto the scene at the Super Series last year, then got a card. Good result for him there. Dom Taylor back in action after a month's suspension, but that did cost him a place at the World Championship and the Alexandra Palace. Connor Scott averaging just shy of 100 to a resurgent Josh Rock, who seems to have sorted out the issue with his throw. And another one here to give a shout out, or two to give a shout out here. Alan Suter, 6-1 win, 100 average against Petretsko, and also Daryl Pilgrim, someone I reckon is going to do well, someone I think once he's got his card, I think he was going to go and do better. He's one of those players, like Jamie Hughes a few years ago, who struggled to get through Q School, struggled to get that card, and once he's got it, I think he's going to take some stopping. These are your standout performers for the second round stage. Dimitri Vandenberg, who beat Michael Smith in the opening round, a comfortable victory there over new tour card holder Cam Crabtree. One to keep an eye on his Cam, quality player, but couldn't really do much there against that 113 of Dimitri Vandenberg. Joe Cullen, we said it's a big year for him. Good response, 102 average for him over Scott Williams. Alan Suter again over the 100 and Veenstra again over the 100. So a couple of repetitive performances here for the guys over the 100 average in round 2. Board finals. Who would have had Carl Sneyd down to win board number 1? That is a great result for him in regards to the start of his season. James Hurrell started last year well. It looks like he's going to start this one well as well. A board final there for him. What a Maynard keeping his form going. Joe Cullen, a huge victory there over Luke Littler, who didn't perform well in round 2 either. So daily average of around about the 88 mark there for Luke Littler. Wasn't great, but he still picked up a board final and a little bit more on his Pro Tour Order of Merit. Still gaining all the time, Luke Littler picking up the dollars. Daryl Pilgrim, you'll see there on board 15, wins the board. Someone we've been saying on this channel for ages. As soon as he gets the card, I think he'll go on to new levels, and he is. 6-0 victory there over last year's Pro Tour winner, Alan Suter, 97 average. He's going to be a dangerous customer. Luke Humphries, another one who's not really quite hit the levels yet today, but he's still in there, and that's all you need to be. Your big stuff needs to come when the big stuff comes back against you. And Mensah Suljovic wasn't doing that there. Just an average of 86. Andrew Gilding, though, one to keep an eye on. 6-4 win over Bunting there. His position in the top echelons of the game could be in trouble because that UK Open's coming around soon and there's a lot to be defended there for Andrew Gilding. I used that word again, didn't I? Defended. Defending money. Because that's what you do. Over a 2-year system, anything you won today 2 years ago comes off and you win it today. So if 2 years ago I earned £3,000 and today I earn £1,000, I don't get £1,000 on my ranking, I actually drop £2,000. Like I say, if you are new to darts, just hit that subscribe. I'll talk you through that in a video very soon, in detail, rather than the skimming over it like I do here. It's complicated. There's different ranking systems. It's probably too complicated. Should just be a little bit simpler in regards to being able to follow the darts. But the one thing that is easy to follow is these scores, and right here on Edgar TV, it's easy because I'll just talk you through and point you in the direction of all the stories. Joe Cullen's in the quarter-finals. A torrid year last year, but he's bouncing back well. Great to see. He's been around for a long time, Joe Cullen. Deserves a little bit of fortune here, beating Van Veen and getting himself into the quarters. Vessel Nyman, one of the people that most are saying want to keep an eye on this year. Mike De Decker, another one to keep an eye on, winning the Grand Prix last year, missing out on the Premier League. He feels he should have been in. Damon Heta losing 6-5 to Daryl Pilgrim. I've seen this guy throw 120 averages for fun. Like, he is a serious dart player when he's on it. And he's in the quarterfinals on his Pro Tour debut. Now, I know he's played Pro Tours before, but as a tour card holder, different prospect. Rob Cross ending the run there of Carl Sneyd. So when we look down the left-hand side, these are the people that are still in the tournament. Only 2 non-seeds getting through. So the seeds dominating on event 1, despite all those upsets at the start of the event. Some people have bigger seasons than others. Some people need more than others. I think anytime you've earned more than 50% in a year and you're defending that, you need to have a good year. 2 players who have big years ahead of them here have started well. Joe Cullen defending 61% of his prize money due to the fact of not picking up much last year, so it all comes off from the year previous. Same with Andrew Gilding, had a good run at the Grand Prix and also won the UK Open. That's coming off for him. 63% of his prize money. And they've started the year well, through to the semi-final. That's a good start, and it's a good position as well in getting them into things they'll expect to be in. Things such as the Players' Championship finals at Minehead. These events, they get you into things like the match play, the Grand Prix. So always good to try and get that money on the board early and get those positions confirmed, especially if you're outside the top 16, because you're going to need that Pro Tour order merit. So an all-seeded semi-final though, our last two non-seeds, Howard Pilgrim and Richard Veenstra going out. Veenstra has a great day today, averages through the roof. Great start to the year for Flyers. But when you look down the list now, it's looking, and this is brave to say, it's looking like a Luke Humphries win. And because I've said that, you know what's going to happen. Joe Cullen's going to go take him out, because it's board 1 versus 2, Rob Cross, Andrew Gilding, and then Joe Cullen, Luke Humphries for a place in the final. And of course, I open my gob and Luke Humphries goes and loses. Joe Cullen, a great performance. In fact, it was so good that I got this tweet from Darts Oracle that says Cullen has advanced to the final of Players' Championship 1 with his highest average in a ranking event for 107 matches. When you think about what he went through last year and the performances that just wasn't there and the pressure he'll be under this year in order to keep hold of his ranking, because this is the year he could really drop down. Having his best performance for 107 matches, 105.05 is quality for Joe Cullen. A big win there over the world number 1. He didn't manage to get over the line, the title in the end going the way of Rob Cross, Andrew Gilding also picking up a semi-final. So big results today for a couple of players that really needed it. Now, it is early in the season, it's only the first event, but you can sort of get an idea in the direction of which people need to be going in regards to picking up prize money. There's a lot of people riding on things. This year, there's going to be, again, the tour card situation. Some people need massive years. Some people just need a little bit more. I'm going to point you in the direction of all of those. But as for now, it's not really something in regards to the winner of this event that's going to make too much effect for that. Rob Cross in the top 4, stays in the top 4, defends some of the money that he needs to this year, and picks up another Pro Tour title. Today, though, the big story was all about Joe Cullen. Who would have had Joe Cullen in the final at the start of the day? Big day for the rock star. Another day to go tomorrow. Pro Tour again next week, where I'm on commentary. Then we're getting close to the UK Open. It is all go at the start of this season. I'm going to talk you through everything you need to know. Just hit that subscribe. I'll catch you tomorrow for another roundup of Pro Tour action.